Hey guys, how you doing? It's Dan from Make Some Noise here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to easily and quickly get started making music with your computer or tablet, so long as you've got an internet connection. All we're going to need to do is open up Google Chrome. If you haven't got Google Chrome, you can use other browsers, but Google Chrome is the most supported browser, and we're going to go over to soundation.com. This is a digital audio workstation, or DAW. It's basically a whole music studio right at our fingertips within our laptop. So let's do it. Go straight ahead to join for free. Scroll down to get free. This is where you can sign up with Google or Facebook. I've signed up with an email, and when I did, I double checked that I'd read and agreed to these policies and services, and I double checked if I was under 13 that my parent or guardian would be cool with me using it. Double check that if you are. And then under here, I didn't tick this, and I did double check I wasn't a robot. Because I've already done that, I can go ahead and log in. So I am going to log in now. Fantastic. And once we log in, we are going to come to a screen like this. Let's go straight over to the studio and get started making some music. Might take a couple of minutes the first time. Okay, fantastic. You can see here I've got some test songs that I'd already made, but you're just going to see start a solo project, blank project. So just go ahead and click on that. Go ahead and click got it for the cookies so that you can see the whole screen. First things first, I like to go to view and click full screen mode. Wonderful. And now I can see everything nice and clearly. Some things are going to look really familiar to you from other pieces of software. File is for opening and saving. Edit is for copy and pasting. View, that's where we got the full screen. We can look at other windows and other things there. Settings, we are actually going to go there, double check our buffer size is nice and high so that our computer has time to play and process audio. If you've got turbo mode, click that on, press OK. Fantastic, this is some Soundation stuff, and this is some further help. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is look for some drums in my sound library over here in the top right. I'm literally just going to type in drums. I'm going to click one to have a listen. I really like that loop actually, that sounds really cool. So I'm going to go down here to the bottom of the screen, and I'm going to change the tempo of my track to 90 BPM and click somewhere else so that it saves it. Because look over here. The clip I selected is also 90 BPM. Most clips will say the tempo in them like that. Okay, so all I need to do now, really easily, is drag that over to here. And so that when I have some more tracks and it's nice and simple, I'm going to double click audio channel 1 and I'm going to rename it to drums. So let's check it out. If I go to rewind down here in the transport bar and I click play, I can hear the drums that I've dragged in. Wicked. Now my song's going to be a bit longer than that, so for now I'm just going to drag this out to absolutely anywhere. That's fine for now, so that our drums continue to loop, so we can start adding some other parts. Brilliant. Okay, the first part I'm going to add, actually the first thing I'm going to do is delete all this stuff because I want you to know how to add your own channels. Okay, so let's just get rid of this. And the first thing I'm going to do is create an instrument. I'm going to make a chord part, a keys part. So I'm going to press instrument channel. I'm going to go over to where it says simple synth. I'm going to choose FM synth, which is basically something that emulates the sounds of other things. Go for something soft and clear, maybe a vibraphone. Is this a vibraphone? Let's go over to the bottom right here, click show and hide virtual keyboard, and you can start to hear the sound that your instrument's making. That'll do absolutely fine for now. Just go with the flow. Don't get too caught up on the details. Just load something up and get started. Fantastic. So I'm going to close that for now. I've got my virtual keyboard here. Now, the virtual keyboard, you see the letters here. We can actually just play that with our keyboard. But sometimes it doesn't let you play 3 keys at once. Sometimes it doesn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to play it in with the keyboard because that's going to be a right faff. What I'm going to do instead is zoom in a little bit with my zoom bar over here. Fantastic. First thing you want to do is just play your drums and imagine one part that you want to be in your song and start somewhere. Cool, so that was a 4-bar progression. So all I'm going to do where I want my progression to start is double click. I'm going to go to the bottom right of that region and drag it out for the length that I wanted. And then I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen. I'm going to open up that virtual keyboard over here, and that's going to let me audition a part. That's my E major chord. So I'm going to go ahead and add in an E, a G sharp, and a B. And I'm going to make sure for now that this runs the length of the bar. And all I did there to play that, I just went back over to here. I clicked over here where I wanted the playing to start, and I pressed the space bar. Fantastic. Our first chord is sounding absolutely lush. To save a bit of time, I'm going to go ahead and copy, click where I want the next one to go, press paste. Oh, like this. Make sure the notes are the same. Not sure why it pasted like that. And I'm going to make my change, which is my bass of the chord, just moving down a note. You can do whatever you want. This is where you can start to really have some fun. And you don't need to add an instrument straight away. You can work in any order you like. It's really cool. I'll take an A in the bass. And I'll make my C sharp. Yeah, okay, I'm not really happy with how that moves. Let's try it there. Okay, lovely. So now we've got this lovely progression. Ooh, now if I just solo something, as in only listen to that part, I can solo my drums like this. Because I've noticed there's a lovely break just here at the end of the sample. So I'm going to highlight that break by double clicking on my keys part, finding the moment where the break happens. I can do that by playing, soloing my keys again. It's just there, so I'm going to make it so that for that bar, the chord only lasts until the break, and then you're going to get a bit of space. And now we're starting to produce already, just little things. Lovely, cool. And that last chord at the end, because it's a bit clunky, I kind of want it to go up the arpeggio like a so I'm just going to and we'll make that last the whole bar. What we got? I want da da da. Lovely. Great, so we got a part we like. We've just been fiddling around. Fantastic. Let's close that and let's see how that's sounding. Cool. Dun-dun-dun. Great, I really like how that sounds, so I'm going to go ahead and stretch that out. Quick tip for you guys, drag your regions from the top right to loop them and drag them from the bottom right to change their size. Okay, so I've zoomed in and out a bit to make sure I can see everything clearly. I'm just going to go back to the start, press play, and have a listen to what we got. Okay, cool. The first thing I've noticed is the keys are a little bit too loud, so I'm just going to drag them down a little bit like that. To about -4, that's fine. There you are. Okay, cool. So one thing you might want to do when you're working is set up a loop to work within, and that's as simple as dragging up on the bar where the numbers are up here, up on the timeline. I just set the loop I like, make sure that it's brightly colored, that means it's activated, and then when I go to the end of that, it's just going to loop back round, which is going to let me really easily work on something new here. Okay, one more thing, we've added another audio channel. We want to add some shakers, but they're at 105 BPM and our track's at 90 BPM, so they're obviously going to sound completely out of time. So to fix that, we just go up to this button here, press time stretch, go to the bottom right corner and drag it to wherever we like. We can make it that quick, we can make it that quick. If you like something but you don't like all the hits, you can use the scissor tool here. So Okay, I don't want that one there. And I don't want that one there. And I'm just going to click the points tool again. And I'm going to click the 2 bits that I've clicked around and get rid of them. So now what I'm hearing is this. Great. Okay, so another thing we can do is record some live audio. So this could be a bass, a guitar, the output of a keyboard or something like that. But in this case, it's going to be a vocal, and we're just going to use whatever microphone we've got handy. If I hit record, Chrome's going to ask to use the microphone. Just press allow. That's great. We're actually already recorded. Brilliant. We're going to delete that. And we're just going to go to settings. And this is where if you did have an interface, you could select it. But for now, you've probably just got internal microphone, built-in microphone. That's fine. I'm using the interface, which is just connected to the microphone that I'm talking to you now. Try and keep your recording buffer as low as you can. But basically, that is cool. You are good to go. Even if it's the internal microphone, there's effects, there's things we can do to make this sit, which we'll go into in just a moment. But check it out. Oh yeah, I'm doing me some singing, oh yeah, na 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 na. Wow, that was a lot of fun. We had ourselves a little sing. Oh yeah. And we want to make it sound a little bit nicer because we need all the help we can get over here. Check it out. Oh yeah. Can you hear that difference? All I did then, it took me just a split second. It's real easy. I went to effects on the channel. I pressed plus, and I've got all these wonderful effects I can choose from. And I just added a bit of reverb on it. But let me fly through some other effects. Let's take an EQ. We'll demo it. Let's get rid of some of that really low frequency stuff that we're not using. Fantastic. Don't worry, we'll be going into detail about this kind of thing more in the future. We're going to add a bit of a compressor on, and we're going to use our loop function so that we can work on one bit. I'm doing me some singing, oh yeah. Brilliant. Na 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 na. That's doing the job fine. Nice, keeping it nice and steady, and we'll treat ourselves to a bit of reverb as well. Why not? And that's just going to help us. I'm doing me some singing, oh yeah. Na 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 na. Brilliant. And there you go. You got your vocal on your track. You got your shaky. You got your keys. Remember, you can solo things. You can mute things. If you're fed up of that vocal, you can mute it right off. Or if you want it to just be a keys and vocal kind of thing. Yeah. I'm doing me some singing. You know, it's got. Yeah. Oh, that's an annoying line. I'll sing out. Da, 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 da. Yeah. You can be having a lot of fun. Have a play with it, experiment, try adding things. Just experiment with these effects and see what they do. Okay? And enjoy yourself. Above all else, enjoy yourself. Make some music, make some noise, have some fun. Let's have a look at one I made earlier. We'll save what we done there. We got some other sessions here. This is the first tune we made. Slightly different vibe. Started off by adding a kick and a bass. This one I pressed A and drew a bit of a line here, which is like automating the volume of something. I did it on the kick. So the kick starts here, stops here, starts here. And all together with the kick and the bass. Let's go somewhere else. Nice. We got a hi-hat loop we dragged in. Nice. And we've got a bit of a bass line over here, I believe. Nice. And we got a bit of a counter melody up here as well, because our bass is quite melodic. Try some things out. There's all kinds of things you can do. You can have a lot of fun. Okay guys, that's it. I hope you really enjoyed it. Next week we're going to be looking at something a little bit different. It's totally free. You can download it online, and it's basically a limitless version of what we just saw. So you create sessions in a similar way. It's the same kind of thing. You've got things you can choose from. You've got your transport bar. You've got all your different options, zooms. It's the same kind of deal, and that's what we're going to be taking on next time. Thank you for listening, guys. I do hope that was helpful, and I'll see you again next week. Take care.